Guess who's back? Back again. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here and welcome back to the Sunday Catch-Up, episode 15. No, stop looking at it, I know! Yes, my facial hair is gone, all part of the acting business as they say. But thank you for tuning back into the Sunday Catch-Up. I know I've had a few weeks off, but I have been very busy, mainly with the show I was doing down in Bath. That went very well. And I think I'm going to change the Sunday Catch-Up a little bit. There's going to be some changes to the format of it and just how I do it in general. I love doing the Q&A of the Sunday Catch-Up, and I want that to be the main focus because I find some of the videos just go on a little too long for my liking, so I'm thinking mainly stick to the Q&A. In terms of acting work, I'll just update you guys towards the end as and when. But yeah, we're going to jump right into the Q&A, so as usual, if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them in the next Sunday Catch-Up. Let's get right into your questions. Okay, first up we have Luke Sheppy who asks, may I ask what is the saxophone music you use in the background of your videos? Well Luke, that is a piece of music from CFAX, actually. I believe it's called Chilling Out. When I did my research on the brief history of CFAX video, which you should check out if you haven't seen it, there's a lot of music from CFAX that's been compiled into compilations. If you just YouTube music from CFAX, there is a channel and all of them are there. But it's mainly CFAX music because CFAX music was just relaxing, you know? Tim Goodwin asks, what is your favourite UK radio station and why? Who is your favourite DJ, both in general and on your station? And what is your favourite decade in music and why? And what is your favourite genre of music? I'll be honest, Tim, I don't really listen to the radio. I know that sounds really bad as an actor, as a performer, someone who wants to get into the industry, but I don't listen to a lot of radio. I tend to listen more to podcasts. I mean, I like some radio hosts, you know, sometimes when I've heard them on like Radio 1 and stuff like that, Radio 4 as well, but I mainly listen to podcasts. Podcasts I listen to include Desert Island Discs on Radio 4, I listen to Radio Free Skaro, which is a Doctor Who podcast, I listen to the CU podcast, which is Pat the NES Punk and his friend Ian, like video game related stuff, and I listen to Movie Podcast Weekly, which is a podcast about movies, and I'd highly recommend any of those, but that's probably the bulk of what I listen to be honest. My favourite decade in music, the 80s. Go and watch my now 80s review. I'll talk a lot about the 80s there. My favourite genre of music, again that's tough. I am a bit of a sucker for general pop, but I do like some of the more abstract genre, should I say. I like a bit of Eurodance, you know, 90s Eurodance. I mean, hey, Rhythm is a Dance is my title song, so there you go. Billow Dwyer asks, I have two questions. Have you ever been on TV, and have you ever applied for any game shows other than Millionaire? I haven't applied to any of the game shows, no. I sent in an application for Mastermind once, but that never got anywhere, so, you know, I'll just keep trying here and there if Millionaire does come back. Have I ever been on TV only as an extra? There's a series called Argo, which airs on the BBC in, I think it was series 2, in one episode. There's a terrorist attack at a graduation ceremony. You can only see me for a fraction of a second when they enter, however, you can only spot me because of my hair. The Classics Are Ace asks, connecting some of your favourite subjects, what's your favourite film studio logo? Even more interesting than that, what's your favourite film trailer or other promo material? Very interesting question. Film studio logo. I like what Marvel does now, how it sort of zooms through and you get all the characters. I think that's a really nice summarization of the brand. So probably them at the minute. I just think they're being more inventive than a lot of the other film studios are. My favourite film trailer or promo material? Ooh, I've seen a lot of trailers. I mean, haven't we all seen a lot of trailers? Again, the Infinity War trailer hit me a lot, just with what was to come. Promo material, I do like collecting some posters. Actually, when the Les Mis film came out in early 2013 in the UK, I collected the poster set they were doing, and they're still back at my house. But yeah, it was just cool at the time, and I liked the musical. It's the Grass Monster 17 asks, my question for this week is, do you think BBC One should have sticked with the circle idents? No. As much as I like the circle idents, and as much as I'm not a fan of the oneness idents, I think it was time for a change. 10 years for an ident set is a long time no matter who you are as a channel. So I think it was time to spruce it up. I just wish they'd have been a bit more creative with it, maybe done something similar to the 2s and make a 1 but have a personality and stuff like that. I just think The Circles had their time, they were great for the 10 years they were on, but we definitely needed an update. Moonwalker for Life asks, who is your favourite singer/band? It's pretty obvious and it's in your name, but Michael Jackson, best singer that I've experienced. I mean, his music is legendary, of course, and his performances are iconic. Favourite band? Again, I don't really have one. I'm not into bands as such. Like, I listen to music, but there's not a band that I'd necessarily idolise. I like a lot of the 80s pairings, like, let's think of an example. Tears for Fears, really big fan of Tears for Fears, which is an 80s band, you should check them out. Dord Khan asks, you have made a video on idents, what is your favourite one from the BBC? I'm not sure if I've answered this before, but probably something like the Virtual Globe from the early 90s, for example, on the BBC One side, or the Computer Originated World, that's a pretty good ident too, or the majority of ones from the 2 set from 91 to 2001, all great idents. Joe Keegans asks, thoughts on the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer and Rami Malek being the actor for Freddie Mercury? Do you think they'll include a scene of them in the studio with MJ and the original State of Shock recording? I saw the trailer, I don't think it gives much away, which is fine, but it doesn't really tell you much either. It just looks like a montage of Queen concert clips, but with actors. I mean, in the bit where they do speak, I think Rami Malek is a good fit for Freddie. I think he sounds the part, he certainly looks it, so, I mean, I will be going to see it. You know, I'm a big fan of Queen and I will be going to see how this turns out. I just hope it's good. As for an MJ cameo and State of Shock, I don't think they'll dive into that. I know this is more about Freddie Mercury and it was meant to be Freddie with Michael doing it, but I just think they'll focus more on the aspects of his life aside from the music, so I don't think something as a footnote of him recording with MJ will be included. There may be a passing reference, but I'd be very surprised if they actually did a scene about it. Joe also asks, what is your favourite Michael Jackson film? Documentaries count. I'm a massive... Well, when This Is It came out, I was a huge fan of that, but I also really enjoyed Bad 25. That is such a good documentary on that album. I think it's a perfect summary of MJ's career in that era and what was going on. So definitely check out Bad 25 if you can. That's probably my favourite. The Original Being asks, do you have any favourite DVD box sets, either TV or film, that you've collected over the years? Oh, I have many a box set, my friend. I have an Alfred Hitchcock box set, which comprises about 14 Alfred Hitchcock films, I think it is. I haven't watched them all, but it's just a really nicely organised box set, and I'm a big fan of organised box sets. You know, if all the spines are the same, if they're all aligned, if they're all uniformed, I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, I honestly have so many box sets, it's hard to pick a favourite, but probably this Alfred Hitchcock one would probably be the number one. And his second question is, did you ever visit the Ragdoll shop in Stratford-upon-Avon before it closed in 2005? Apparently yes. I asked my parents about this once and they said they did take me, but when I was very, very, very young. Clearly young enough where I didn't remember, but apart from that, no, sadly I never got a chance to visit. I've only been to Stratford-upon-Avon once to my memory, which was last year as part of a tour, but again, obviously the Ragdoll shop is no more. However, I have been told if you go past where it was, it's now a dentist, you can still see Rosie and Jim waving at you from the window, which I think is quite a nice touch, but I wish I could have visited the Ragdoll shop, and I'll always have the promo bumper at the start of my Brum VHS tape to remind me of what I missed out.
That Ragdoll Productions, who make Rosie and Jim, Tots TV and Brum, welcome you to their home in Stratford-upon-Avon.
Andrew Goring has 3 questions. The first, how's your relationship with Lauren going on? It's going very well, thank you. We're very happy and we're just enjoying life. Second question is, which variant of the Ragdoll logo do you like? Back to Ragdoll again. Probably the one I like the most is the one again at the start of all the tapes I had, so we're talking maybe around the mid-90s. It'll be on screen now for you probably, but that's probably my all-time standout favourite. And the third question is, do you remember Harry Jeremy growing up as a child? No, I actually don't. I don't know what Harry Jeremy is, that's so weird. No, the name doesn't ring... Oh, sorry, Harry Jeremy. Oh, well now I just can't even read. Harry Jeremy... No. Are you talking about Jeremy Clarkson? Or are we talking about something else entirely? I'm sorry though, Andrew, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Please leave me a link in the comments to something about it, because I have no idea. Not if it... Harry Jeremy actually, now I think about it, sounds pornographic. If it's pornographic, you'll get me demonetized. And finally, we have Adam Martyn's biggest fan saying, "You what? You little pleb? I asked loads of questions and you ignored me. I used to love you, but you're breaking my heart." And then says, my question for this week is, why did you ignore me? Well, do you know what? If you'd actually read what I commented on your post last week and said that you were too late, maybe you'd understand that. But you know what? I answered you this time, so be thankful. And that is all the questions for this time, guys, on the Sunday catch-up. So, little changes that are coming. I do want you to keep leaving your questions. We'll always be doing Q&A on this. I'm going to make the format a bit more reduced, so if there's any major acting work, I'll let you know. But if there isn't, then we ain't going to cover it. Not the news as well, unless there's a topic I really want to talk about, we ain't going to do it either. So yes, there are going to be some cuts, but I think the core of this now, which is the Q&A, is going to remain, and I hope that makes you guys happy in terms of watching. In terms of the schedule for the Sunday catch-up, it is the video that takes the longest to make every week. I am going to try and keep them weekly, although be prepared that that might not always be the case. So if there's one Sunday where there is no Sunday catch-up, it's either because I'm busy working, or I'm busy acting, or I'm busy doing all sorts of things. The other 3 videos in the week, which you've all been doing great in supporting, so please keep that up, they're quite straightforward to make. I know I can set the time aside to do them. The Sunday catch-up, a bit trickier. So all being well, we'll continue every week, but if not, that's just the way it is. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. We've just cracked 1,600 subscribers, so please, let's keep supporting the channel, keep sharing around, let's go for 1.7 and beyond. Hope you have a fantastic week going forward, and until the next one, I will see you guys next time.